Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. This is fantastic to have you here because we're working on a Civil War era cavalry saber. We're working on the guard. Yes, this might be taking longer than the Civil War itself, but that's okay because we're having a lot of fun. We're learning a lot. And in today's episode, we need to make some more progress on this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run into the grinding room. I'm going to take some material off this side here so that we can begin shaping the finial on this back side of the guard. So we have this back end roughed in. It took a lot of weight off there. Starts to make it look... Anyway, makes it look more elegant, you know, while it's still attached before I drop it and break it. Anyway, on the note of breaking it, this is annealed, so it probably would have been just fine. Probably. We want to bend this forward. This little top finial here.
So right now it just comes straight back off of the guard, but in all of the historical examples, this little finial is swept forward. So we're going to go ahead, throw it in the vise, and try to bend that forward without breaking it.
It's going to be difficult. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow, you really went for it on the first blow. Okay, let's have a look. Holy moly, that was scary.
It needs more sweeping than that.
That's scary.
That is not bending very much.
It's awfully thick. This thing isn't moving very fast, so we're going to re-anneal it. Okay. Now we'll see if it bends a little easier.
So I think we're going to end up using the Wilton vise. It has much thinner jaws on it, which means that we can get a little bit better angle so that hopefully we can hit it a little bit more efficiently, so as to bend it in the right place. Okay, that's moving pretty good.
Oh, that's scary. Oh, that moved a lot. Ah! Now, we have some more issues with this, and that is porosity. Now, probably porosity. It's difficult to nail down exactly what it is, but it's probably porosity, and it's going to be most likely, from what I can understand, from one of two causes. One, us not following Pablo Cimadevilla's advice, see a couple episodes ago to learn about that. Two, us not spruing this properly. I've been working on another project, and in working on that I was researching how to sprue it, and I learned a lot about what happens when you pour molten metal. When you pour molten metal, you have the opportunity for porosity to form when it is freezing and is shrinking without more molten metal flowing into it as it goes, essentially, not being fed properly. And I think that might have been what happened here, because we had a very small sprue connection. I think that was one of the causes for the porosity we have. You can see it in a few areas, like just here, just right here, and we also have some cracks. Crack right here, there's a crack right here, and that needs fixing.
Can I see this?
Yep. Nope! Oh, you didn't. I mean, it still looks kind of nice.
That's a fancy way of saying that's garbage.
We're going to start again. For the 13.5th time. Civil War is ending. Doesn't matter, we're still working on the cavalry saber. We're gonna go flanged flask, as per Pablo Cimadevilla's suggestion. I apologize hugely. I said I would owe you an apology if this went badly. Now, one of the things that we're gonna be doing to make this go well, we're gonna ignore all this detail.
I spent well over a week carving the detail into this wax, and we are going to just ignore that. And we're just gonna go ahead and do the detail in the final brass because we had a lot of issues with the porosity and things not really fully filling up. We found a couple bubbles, we found cracks in that brass guard. So we're gonna fill this up and then carve it in afterwards, which is probably what we should have done to begin with.
We're gonna hand you back off to Will, who's gonna take this wax piece right here. He's gonna fill it up with wax. We're gonna put a whatchamadoodah on the thingamawhatsit. Back to Will as he gets this ready for spruing.
All right.
I'm gonna go cry.
Come on, come on! This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That went so well, probably. I think we did everything properly this
I
time.
think we freaking made it happen. It's pulling a freaking vacuum! Well, it pulled a vacuum. We're now at minus 22.5 whatchamadoodah.
Yeah.
Pulling a vacuum, it poured beautifully. We had the dross scraped so well. Oh, please, this time, be it.
Alec, I think this is perfect.
We're gonna wait a few more minutes and then give it a quench.
All right.
So we're gonna pull it out of the vacuum chamber.
It's been 20 minutes now. We're legally allowed to quench it.
By goodness, I hope there's no porosity in this thing.
That porosity. Wow. Okay, this looks like the best one yet.
Cold water.
Cold water. All right, let's have a look.
Whoa. Wow, it looks crispy. It looks just like what we had in the wax.
Oh no, all of the detail is gone.
That's a joke. That's a joke. We didn't put the detail in. The casting came out phenomenally. There is no porosity that we can see on the piece. We've solved that issue. It's now time for Will to cut the sprues and get grinding.
Oh boy.
This is looking phenomenal. You've been grinding on it, it's been on the grinder, it's been with die grind, you're making fantastic progress.
Yeah, we've lost almost a full ½ pound off of it so far, which is a ridiculous amount. Getting closer to being able to trace that design on and get to the detail work on it.
So that's all gonna be pierced and filed.
Exactly, so cut through drill holes, jeweler's saw, and then using files to get that exact same design in here, but without the porosity.
You're gonna keep cracking on with that. The aim is to have the design traced onto it. While you do that, I'm now gonna start thinking about the handle. We have this. This is a piece of imitation ivory. It's not real ivory. It's actually made out of paper and epoxy, right?
Yes, so it's a paper micarta.
This thing is just gonna look beautiful on here, but we need to actually adjust the tang some more. It's awfully thick, and since we're gonna be fluting this, we need plenty of material between the tang and the outside of the handle that we have traced on. So I'm gonna put a file guide on here, and we're gonna thin down that tang some more and start working on the ivory. This guard is looking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Could you say it was a cop-out to not have cast the detail in? Yes. You absolutely could have.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much.
It's definitely a cop-out. You know, is it ideal? No.
We compromised though. The other option was just taking a piece of ½ inch brass plate and bending it into shape, which would have been
it wouldn't, frankly, faster than doing the new thing in wax and getting to here.
From the time where the first casting of the guard did not work out, and we reordered the supplies and stuff like that.
We could have the entire thing done.
We could have had like 4 guards done by then.
So why are we casting this? Well, it's because part of this whole thing is learning how to do things that we don't know how to do, and sometimes we get away by just jumbling our way through it. Sometimes we fail. We failed a lot on this. I'd say it's a good success to have got to this point. We've both learnt tremendous amounts, and it has been a pleasure to bring you along. Thank you guys so much. We cannot wait to see you on the next episode. It's been a huge amount of fun as ever. Catch you then on episode 1865 of the Cavalry Saber. Pleasure as always. Goodbye.